So I managed to quit my job at 38, and let me tell you, it is not for everyone. First of all, sorry about the Christmas tree. I know it's a little bit early, but hey, you need to make the most out of these months, don't you? We're talking about quitting my job and whether it's right for you as well. So the reason I quit my job at 38 is I built up some side hustles. So for me, what I do, my side hustles are I've got some YouTube channels and I also self-publish books on Amazon KDP. So Amazon KDP is a fantastic platform to allow you to self-publish books and make money. You can either make ebooks or you can make paperback books. And the great thing about Amazon is they will fulfill everything. They'll print them out for you. They'll ship them. And yeah, it's just a fantastic service. So you don't need to worry about having loads of books in your garage or anything like that. And one of the main benefits of being self-employed is just the freedom. So at the moment it is a Wednesday and I'm sitting here with my dogs chilling out and just thought I'd make a little YouTube video and just talk through, what going all in on a side hustle means to me. So I'm just going to put this one down and then let's get a little bit more into it. So side hustles, they're called side hustles for a reason, aren't they? They're not something that you should really necessarily go all in on straight away. But the way that I would suggest it is build them up slowly in the background. You don't need to be going all in, taking tons of risks and risking too much too early. I built my Amazon KDP business up over a few years. And so for the first couple of years over there, when I was just writing fiction, I wasn't really making any money. I was kind of just about treading water and breaking even after all my costs. But then I discovered things like colouring books, word searches, puzzle books, and I started to actually take it seriously and treat it like a business. And that's when I found opportunities, and that's when I actually started making some money. And so the number one tip I would recommend if you're interested in quitting your job, going all in on side hustles, is test the marketplaces first. Because if you can test a marketplace, if you can find something that's working, so let's say you try out something, you don't have any success. My advice would be, if you want to keep chipping away at it, feel free. But if you've given something 6 months of your time and you're not seeing any success, maybe that's not quite the right side hustle for you. Maybe you've not got enough experience. Maybe you're not adding enough value to that area. So my advice would be try your best, try out multiple side hustles, try and build multiple income streams, because also it's best to not be tied to one certain area as well. I'm just going to let the dogs out and then we'll continue. So yeah, the income streams. What's great about side hustles is that you can just chip away at them over time. The best way to do it is to have a job, to chip away at something, to see and try and build some success to begin with. So when I first started going, those 2 years, I thought, Amazon KDP wasn't for me. But it turns out that when you find an area, you find out what works, you put in all the hard work, you treat it a bit more like a business, that there is potential to make money on these side hustle platforms. And so I've just hit 100K. I'm sure if you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know a little bit more about my Amazon KDP business. But over on YouTube as well, I've probably made 10, 20,000 over the past couple of years just from publishing videos, by helping other people. And yeah, it's amazing that you can actually make money online in this day and age. And so as mentioned, my main piece of advice, it would be test the waters, try and find things that work. And yeah, and then when you start seeing some areas where you can actually make money, that's when then I would try and double down in those areas. So let's say you've tried something for 6 months and you've got no profit yet. That might not be the right area for you, or you might need to try it in a different way. Whereas if you tried something for 6 months and you've made £100 in profit, that's not a lot, right? But it's a start. And so from that, you can then take everything you've learned from that, you can double down in that area, you can do it again. Because the chances are if you can make £100 in an area, there's every chance you can make £1,000 in an area. And that's exactly what I've seen with my YouTube channel, with my Amazon KDP content. I've been trying it over on Etsy, but I'm not necessarily giving it enough time over there. But yeah, I think if you were interested in going all in on a side hustle. Hey, even just adding a side hustle as an extra piece of income, you know, a secondary job, which is another thing you could look at as well. I would say try 4 of them, try 5 of them, find areas that, you know, match your skills, match your expertise. And probably one of the best pieces of advice that I could give as well would be to find a niche that you could elevate yourself within, because there's so much competition on these sites. If they were easy, everyone would be making money, right? And that's not necessarily the case. So another piece of advice would be trying to figure out where you have some sort of advantage over your competition. So for me, seeing as I publish books, that's where I lean into on all of my areas. So Amazon KDP, you know, is publishing books, but then my YouTube channel, my main one is called Self-Publishing Empire. I've got 34,000 followers over there now, just talking about book publishing. And then my Etsy shop is around book publishing as well, and colouring pages and those kind of things. And so yeah, it's about trying to find your niche. So you need to find your niche, and then also try and figure out how you can add value, whether it's by creating better products, by elevating the experience that you have. Whatever you think that you can add that is different than what's already out there or better than what's already out there, that's probably a really important thing to think about, just because everything's so competitive nowadays in 2025 and 2026. And I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it's talking about how if you want to be a successful YouTuber, you need to find that niche, because there's just so many videos out there now. And the more you can niche down, the more interesting you can be in that area, the more likely you are to succeed. And I thought that was quite interesting, because obviously I started in this Amazon KDP niche, and that's been very true for me. Then what you want to do long term is, if you want a broader appeal, let's say Amazon KDP, there's only 50,000 people interested in it, 100,000 people interested in it. I might want to get 1 million subscribers in the future. And if that's the case, then I need to broaden my appeal, but I don't need to do that straight away. I want to try and gather that really core base of people who are interested in things I'm watching, in things I'm making, sorry. So I want to capture that core audience. And then after that, I can maybe see if they might be interested in me talking about Etsy, talking about Amazon, talking about YouTube. And yeah, and that's kind of what I'm trying out on this channel now. So this is my secondary YouTube channel where I'm talking about side hustles, talking about making money online, talking about financial freedom, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think that's it for this ramble today. So if there's any questions that you have about side hustles, about making money online, drop them down in the comments below. As mentioned, I think the most important thing is just to test the water to begin with. I think it's not about going all in straight away. So try and build a stream to begin with. Try and build some, I'd say even more than one, multiple income streams, and then try and scale them. And then when you're at that point where you're making good money, that's when you can make those decisions. And that's exactly what I did a couple of years ago. All right, that's it. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Marshy.